You represent a district that has 4 hospitals, all designated as rural and at risk of closure. What does the potential passage of this bill mean for those hospitals in your district?
Well, thank you for having me. But as you've already said, those 4 hospitals in my district will not make it if this bill passed. Most of them have already cut all their services basically to the bone. They don't deliver babies anymore. 2 of them don't have emergency rooms. And for the most part, they're on bypass. One of the hospitals used to have a certificate of need for 250 beds. They're now down to 25. If this bill passes, there won't be enough resources available for that hospital to stay open. So I'll have 4 in my congressional district, but there'll be 8 in the state that will be on the target list that will not make it. The Medicaid cuts are tremendous. Those hospitals can't make it without the resources that come through Medicaid. That almost $1 trillion cut in Medicaid is tremendous. And for those of us who represent medically underserved areas, primarily rural, this is a cut that those hospitals can't take.
Let me just ask you, Congressman, so then where do your constituents go for medical care?
Well, at this point, some of them go over 100 miles to the nearest hospital. God forbid, if there's an emergency or an accident on a highway, some of them have to be transported by helicopter. Now, mind you, a helicopter transport in rural America is somewhere between $30,000 and $40,000 per transport. Those individuals, many of them don't have insurance already, so you can imagine the burden that it's placing on those individuals. So
can I?
Please,
no, go ahead, Congressman.
No, so that this disproportionate burden that's already on the community is being exacerbated if this bill passes. I'm concerned about it, but let me tell you, you can't get communities and counties and districts like I represent off the bottom unless you have some basic structure there in order for that to happen. Good schools, good health care, security, housing, those kind of fundamental things many people take for granted, this bill does away with. It is what we call Robin Hood in reverse. You steal from the poor and give to the rich.
Congressman, did you want to have a follow-up?
I just, it's just so harrowing because the congressman's district is, as you know, Michael, is not unlike, there's many districts in the country like that. My father is from Mount Bayou, Mississippi, grew up in Clarksdale, the district that he represents. My grandmother still lives there and has home health care via my cousin, and Medicaid is paying for it. So it is just so harrowing because so many people across the country are living the story that he's talking about.
And Congressman, if I could just, because I think it's important for you to address that point, and I want to build off it this way, because the question then becomes to the family members that Simone just referenced, members in that community, what do you think they know about this? What do you think they understand about what's about to happen to them should this bill pass in its current form? Because I think that's the other side of this. We were talking just a moment ago with the Democratic whip on this issue about how you get this messaging in front of voters so they fully understand and appreciate exactly what you're saying, that, they're going to close the hospital that already is stressed out from other aspects of what Trumpism is doing.
Well, there's no question about it. First of all, Simone, that hospital in Clarksdale, Mississippi, is one of the 4 that will schedule to be closed if this bill passes. That hospital has already gone through bankruptcy, trying to survive. Now, what they're faced with now, because our governor would not take the Medicaid expansion dollars that came with the Affordable Care Act because it was passed when President Obama was in office, we have lost $15 billion in Medicaid expansion dollars because our governor wouldn't take the money. So on top of all that, you couple it with this particular bill we're debating here in Washington, they can't take it. The people who live in that community, they know the hospital's struggling, but many of them don't have a choice. So they go and they use the emergency room for an office visit because we don't have doctors. And so 4 of the hospitals in my district are scheduled to close. 2 of them don't have emergency room. They don't deliver babies anymore. Babies have to be delivered 80, 90, 100 miles away. And some of the women are going full term without even seeing a doctor. So those kinds of districts are the ones that struggle, that are adversely impacted when this bill will be passed. Nobody cares. No hearings were held. If you talk to the people in the area, everyone, rich and poor, need health care. And in an area where health care is medically underserved and scarce, that's a problem for everyone.
Congressman, we've been talking about a question of national wellness, which I think you can argue is a question of our national security. I want to make sure that we get to a headline asking you to put on your hat as the former January 6th committee chairman. We learned today, this is from the New York Times, a former FBI agent who was charged with encouraging the mob that stormed the Capitol on January 6, 2021 to kill police officers, has now been named an advisor to the Justice Department task force that President Trump established to seek retribution against his political enemies. Your response, Congressman?
Well, you know, I issued a statement on it. This is unbelievable that in this country, someone who's actually been guilty of such a cause is now looking into the issue itself. This president is not good for the country. Those 1,500 people he pardoned broke the law. I was one of those individuals, a minute, who was in this building at the time, just doing my sworn duty as a member of Congress, and those individuals broke in and attacked all of us. But for him to bring someone who's already pled guilty to a charge and then bring them back, that's totally not who we are. But I'm not surprised at this president and what he's doing.